Hello and welcome to your Monday edition of A.M. Anarchy. We are live here at Exclusive Wireless in beautiful Midtown Kansas City. We're right at 3724 Broadway. If you want to get down here and come hang out with us, or you're probably hanging out with us right on Google+. My co-host, James Christos, will be joining me in about 2 seconds, and I think we can see him outside the window. I am one of your hosts, Miss AvaBella. Follow me on the Twitters. Okay, he's back behind me again doing some sort of monkey ninja dance. Y'all know what I really want to say. Just before we get started, definitely want to give a shout out to our sponsor here at Exclusive Wireless and thank them for having us to be here at 3724 Broadway. Do not forget, you starting tomorrow can come into Exclusive Wireless and get your Moto G for free if you're switching to Boost Mobile, or you can get up to $100 off if you're switching to Boost Mobile on a phone. That is an amazing, amazing deal, and I'll tell you why. The Moto G has an excellent capability for video, excellent capability for audio, photography capture. We've been using it like crazy on the road wherever we've been, and also we've been broadcasting a lot. Okay, everything just got dark because someone, I don't know if it's a stagehand or who this guy is moving my light. So I just went from cute to fuzzy. But anyhow, yeah, put it back. So here is my co-host, James Christos, joining me now live here at Exclusive Wireless.
Yeah, light had to be adjusted. You had the habit of putting the spotlight just right directly on yourself.
Well, now it's just right directly on you.
No, it's not. It's centered. It's centered.
It's centered?
It's
okay.
Like this. Bam. I'll help it out. Everybody knows what we're doing here. It's some ragtag. Boom, boom. It's all Jesus.
Yeah, I couldn't get it any tighter because I have weak lady hands. Technical difficulties.
All right. What's going on? I'm late because I had to move the Anarchy mobile because I seen the tow truck out there in the parking lot, and I was like, they're not scoring no points off of me today.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know who they was towing, but it wasn't gonna be me.
They was trying to get somebody in Midtown, KC.
What's going on, KC? How y'all doing? Glad to be back in the city from the Mile High City, Denver. KCPL and I were out there and putting it down, grinding.
I was here.
Yeah, but can't do everything. So, James Christos. Today's topic.
Shout out to AvaBella. Shout out to AvaBella. Can I just
rocking it? Shout out to DMC. I'm still on the high from that. Please don't sue. Merchandise infringement. But it's all Jesus.
Why did you have to say that?
Because sometimes any attention is good attention.
I'm paying homage.
If we get sued by Run DMC, that would
be fabulous
great,
publicity.
Great publicity.
Oh my gosh.
So, anyways, what's going on? Today's topic is touring. Bands and artists touring. So that's what we're going to get on. We're going to do the format on this a little more like question and answer type of thing. If you want to ask me anything about how I feel about touring, I'll definitely ask you. We'll have a conversational thing.
Okay.
And in the middle of that, we'll give the people the information that they need to be able to.
We know these topics ahead of time before we get here to people. We just want to clarify that.
Straight line. But anyway, so yeah.
Wait. Before we get into that, can we switch gears for a second? Last Friday we had.
Over there.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Now the light's on me again. Oh, perfect. We had tons of artists last Friday that were talking about a show tonight that's going to happen here in Midtown Kansas City, and it's also a release party for an artist that we know very well as the kickoff of a tour. So I kind of think that rolled into today's topic, and let's talk a little bit about that. You're having your release party tonight, right?
Yeah, we're doing an official release party / listening party for Pharaoh Seeking the Crown.
And tour kickoff?
Right. So basically, it's just launching the series of concerts that we're going to be involved in. Me, myself specifically as an artist, we will actually begin touring at the end of April, consecutive dates. So there will be spot dates till then, but this is just an opportunity for us to take time to just officially kick off our touring and concert season. Spring's here. It's time to get out. As everybody knows, we do talent buying. We book shows as well. So the people on the roster tonight, even though it's my listening / release party, I have a lot of artists on the roster tonight that we're going to be dealing with over the next year. We got Scatterman and Scatterman and Snuck Brim, previously of Strange Music, who's out doing his thing big right now. He's got a joint with Rick Ross, Yo Gotti, some other people. So we're going to be working with him this year. We've got Don Juan, super producer from Kansas City, coming through. He's got major things in store this year. I mean, like, he got some people behind him, like, heavy. So we'll be dealing with him. He'll be on the show tonight, along with a lot of the other KC-based artists like Kingpin Coalition, King Kie, Mid-Range Music, Black Lava. Those are actually artists and whole crews that we're going to be working with. So it's really going to be a thing about, like, either you're going to have to be kind of associated with one of those organizations or come through them in order to kind of work with us, because those are the people that we picked to work with this year, as well as, you know, the individual artists like Cache, Mommy Star, Oprah Brown, you know, people like that, L.E.L. Bucks, you know. So, you know, but that's what it is. So it's kind of like it's kind of a cornucopia of different things going on tonight, you know, and people get to listen to my project. I put it out last Tuesday on Bandcamp. Tomorrow it actually goes out on retail. So tomorrow it'll be available on Google Play. We're rolling it out. I have more of an exclusive type of thing with Google Play, so I'm rolling it out there first, and then following that it'll roll out on iTunes, Spotify, etc. So yeah, that's what's going on. It's going to be a pretty major night. You know, doors open at 7:30. Show starts at 8. And we're going to rock till about 1 o'clock.
All right, I'm excited.
At the Riot Room, 4048 Broadway, Kansas City, Missouri. Shout out to the Riot Room, Tim in Dallas.
Absolutely. Tell me, to piggyback off of that, because you kind of have a really strategic, orderly plan with just about everything that you do. Not just about.
Just about.
Really.
Nobody's perfect.
Really.
Some things got to move on the fly.
Move on the fly, yeah. I agree. But with what you've got planned for the latter part of spring and summer, how, if you can share with our indie artists that are watching, shout out to all our viewers, if you can share the importance of touring, like how important is it that you tour?
In this day and age, I would say for an independent artist, or any artist for that matter, it's the most important thing you can do. Touring for an independent artist is basically when it's not just about performing consecutive dates in different cities. When you say touring as an independent artist, what that means is you're taking every aspect of your creativity and you're putting it in front of different people in different cities, different places. I would say even with the digital age now, the way things work with you know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those instant type of promotional type of things you can do, those things are all great, but at the end of the day, if nobody's checking for you, it doesn't matter anyways. And the best way to get somebody to check for you is to actually go meet them face to face. I mean, you know, it's like people nowadays, they buy things online and stuff, but it's nothing like going into a store and buying something that you actually, when you walk in there, you see what it is. If it's something you wear, you can see how it fits. If they have a tailor on hand, he or she can tailor make it to fit you. There's nothing like that personal experience when it comes to any type of product. And our product as artists is music. And the more personal you can get with people, the better chance you have of building a true, genuine following or fan base, however you want to call it. Like I said, again, digital-wise, it's great. People can kind of figure your story out like that. But at the end of the day, they're looking at you from behind a keyboard and screen.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say touring, you know, when we talk about anarchy movement, touring means you're going out. Performing may just be the smallest part of it. Performing might last for 20, 30 minutes, maybe 45, maybe an hour, depending on some people's sets. But that's the smallest part of it. The big part of it is what happens before the show. Meeting people at the club or the venue or in the city. What happens after the show. Continuing to build on that relationship while you have that time there. The promotional products that you put in people's hands. The merchandise that you sell at the shows. Like, it's like you're a shop on wheels, you know, so the performance is just like the commercial advertisement kind of, you know what I mean? And then the product follows that. So touring has got to be the most important thing. It is cool to get an internet buzz. It is cool to have 1,000 or 10,000 downloads on your DatPiff or your Bandcamp or whatever for free. But at the end of the day, what is going to make any company, record label, marketing company, business that wants to sponsor you, the thing that's going to make them want to do business with you and that's going to give you the ability to do business with them is they want your fans. Solid, hardcore, physical people that they know they can push their product to through you. And there's really only one sure way to do that, and that's to make sure you got 50, 100, 150, 200 people coming to see you every show.
Right.
So that's how you can do that. Proof is in the pudding. There is no way to fake that. Those numbers don't lie. You can fake YouTube views. You can fake downloads. You can
fake Twitter followers.
Facebook likes, all
too.
That. One thing you cannot fake is having even just 25 people per show come see you, and you do. Say you do 10 shows and you have 25 people per show, let's say 50 people per show come see you, and you do 10 shows, that's 500 people. They know for a fact those people were there. Like if you can video, however, it's, you know, it's just those numbers are very solid. So that's what that is about, you know.
To our viewer that is tuned in right now, our viewers, we can see you along the bottom, but if you have a question for us, please just tweet the hashtag A.M.ANARCHY.
Or you can join our circle on Google Plus.
Google
and you
Plus.
can do a direct. We can send a direct message.
Right. If you want to tweet us though a question, we can definitely answer it here in real time. So I'm gonna go on and get into my.
Word. So on the topic of.
You answered all of the questions. This is going to be a short show.
Well, no, because that was just very general. But just if I'm giving advice to somebody in regards to touring an indie artist, there's a checklist. There's a checklist for when you go out on the road. And some things you may add, some things you may take away, but these are some general things that I make sure I have checklists when I'm actually on the road. One, it is imperative to have some kind of a budget. I don't care if it's $500. Like you say, we're going to go out on the road for 3 days and say your budget is $500. You have to figure out how to allocate that money best to be able to complete those 3 or 4 shows that you're going to do. Your budget would cover your transportation. If that's a car, that's gas money. If that's renting a car, that's the rental fee and the gas money, which for $500, you're not going to get too much, but we're just keeping the numbers simple. Let's just say $1,000. So, you know, you have to factor in gas money. You have to factor in the cost of the car if you're renting. You have to factor in hotel rooms. You have to factor in a per diem, like how much you would have per day to buy food. Or even if you want to be more savvy about it, like take food with you that you can make on the road, a cooler, cold cut sandwiches. Most hotels nowadays have a refrigerator in there, so that's a good way to save money. But that's the main thing you want to have. You want to have some kind of budget to work with to be able to go out and do this. Now, I have done it before without a budget, just kind of on the fly, and we just take what we got and we just make it happen as we go. We're building it. You can do that. That's a straight hustle, and I've done it. But it does distract you from a lot of things because while you're supposed to be focusing on a great performance, meeting people, mingling with people, making connections, you're concerned about how you're going to put gas to get to the next city. And real hustlers can do that, You got some CDs on you. That's possible. We've done it. Ask PL. We got a story called 47 miles to Houston that we tell everybody all the time. Basically, we were stuck 47 miles outside of Houston. We had like $2.50 on us. Popped that trunk open, man, and got to selling some CDs, man, to whoever. We was like in a little town in Texas, man. I mean, like, I think that we sold 2 CDs, so we was only able to put like, $10 of gas in there. We got all the way to Austin, all the way into my frat brother's driveway. But I don't recommend doing it like that. I recommend going out with a budget, having a set amount, and even having a little bit aside for incidentals. PL and I always talk about bail money. You just never know.
You
know what
never
I'm saying?
know, man.
You might want to have at least $250, $300, in bail money, because things happen, man. Things happen at these venues and these clubs. On the road, there's highway patrol, there's different things, and if you got a warrant in a state and highway patrol pulls you over, they taking you in. If it's a state warrant, it doesn't matter where you at, they gonna get you. If you got a warrant in Missouri and you're in Texas, they gonna take you in and they gonna figure out what they gonna do from there. And if you don't have no bail money, you'll be sitting there till they transfer you. It's ugly. It's real ugly. So you want to have a budget, and like I said on that checklist is gas, transportation, the actual cost of it, food, hotel. And then beyond that budget, before you even go to the travel budget, you should have a bit of a budget set aside to actually purchase the promotional and retail material that you need to go on the road. There's no use in going on the road with no material. Like, do not go out doing shows without CDs to sell or give away, flash drives, whatever media you use where your music's on, even if it's a business card that has your website on it, or a flyer that has your website for people to download. Do not go out of town on the road doing shows and don't have some kind of marketing material. And other than that, have something like merch, because whether you're giving it away for promo to kind of attract more fans or selling it, that merch can make the difference between, like I said, you having that extra $100 that it took you to get home and not having it. And make sure you properly price your merchandise when you're on the road. Make sure if you're in a major city, you may want to charge a little less than you would charge in a smaller city, on the simple fact that in a major city, like you go to Chicago and you're trying to sell your CD for $10, you're probably not going to sell any CDs, because nobody in Chicago is buying a CD for $10. Not with all the artists they have there, major and independent. It's not going to happen. You might be able to get that off in a smaller town where there's less people coming through, so they value the value of your material maybe more. It's basic supply and demand. You go to a big city where they have tons and thousands of artists, bands, rappers coming through every day, then you have to adjust your prices to meet that. You go through a town that's a little smaller, that's more appreciative of your product and it has more value, then don't mind putting that on there. But don't try to beat anybody over the head. Just make sure you're adjusting your cost to that. So keep that in mind. Another thing is, when you're on the road, know how to negotiate with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people want to come in and they want to come to your show and they want to buy a CD, and you say it's, $5, and they don't have the $5, hey man, I just paid to get into your show, man. All I had was $10 on me. It cost me $7 to get into the show. I only got $3 left, but I'll give it to you. Take the $3. Do not walk away on some arrogant, I'm gonna need the $5. We all know how much it costs to produce a CD, the manufacturing cost. We all know how much it costs for the artwork. The CD, the markup on a CD is so incredible that we already know that game is over. So if you have a flash drive, anything you have, if somebody wants to buy your product and they're willing to give you at least enough to cover the cost of that product and maybe plus some, work it out with them. Take it, make the fan, make the connection, spread the music. Don't just be so hell bent on, well, this shirt is $15 and you only got 12. So, you have to learn how to be flexible. You have to learn how to move around. So those are just some of the tips that I have for going on the road. We'll probably do a part 2 on this, maybe Thursday, because we'll probably have more topics listed out, and as people send us questions and stuff, we can bring it up on the next show. So as far as touring, what are some of the things that you think that an artist should have, or you make sure you have, especially as a female artist?
I mean, as a female, don't you're not Beyonce yet. You are not Beyonce. You are not Rihanna. You are not Lord even. You are not any of those people that have access to a team. You need to get down with some of the YouTube videos. You're not going to need to use a whole bunch of money to get your makeup done on the road. You better stock up on about 3 pairs of lashes. You better learn how to do your highlight and contour yourself. You better find somebody in your camp that can cut your hair or curl your hair yourself. You better get your products together, and you better have some outfits that become your uniform. Probably the smartest thing that I had heard when she came out was Janelle Monáe had her black and white uniform. That probably, served a couple of purposes. Ain't nobody got money and budget like he was just talking about to get a whole wardrobe and plethora of outfit changes. You need to get probably about 6 pieces that you can interchange with each other, 2 pair of shoes that you put on right before you go on stage, and a great pair of comfortable tennis shoes or boots. My first tour was in cold weather season, so there was snow on the ground. It was cold. Nobody had time to be out in peep toes and waiting on me to walk, because you might be on the public train, you might be on the public bus, or you might be walking for blocks to get from one venue to the next, from the radio show to the internet radio show to the actual show. So you need to be ready, and you need to try to consolidate all that I just named into one bag. It's real. It is real. It's hard, and for some of us ladies that are a little more diva than others, it might be hard to consolidate to that one bag, but I guarantee you'll learn.
Yeah.
You'll learn.
And to those indie label executives out there that are doing this on behalf of the artists and everything, give yourself and your artist realistic expectations. Like AvaBella is an artist that has been signed to Anarchy movement, and there's a lot of trials and tribulations we had to go through just figuring out how to work with her. And she knows from experience of trying to be out there with too much. I mean, we even to the point where we were on a plane to go to LA one time, and hey, if your bag's over, you better throw some stuff away. Like, she literally had to throw things away. So it's like, it's smart to think ahead of time, travel light, especially nowadays where everybody's not really traveling with the full band. Don't make up for the band gear with luggage. Don't do that. You're going to new places, pick up a couple things there if you want to on the road, bring back, but don't take too much stuff. Like she said, one or 2 bags for ladies is good. Like maybe 1 makeup bag and then 1 actual garment bag, stuff like that for your stuff.
At best, ladies, a backpack and 1 bag that you can carry easily once you have all of your stuff in it. Your little toiletry bag and your makeup and your shoes. Your second pair of shoes should be able to fit your stage shoes in that bag with your clothes and your jewelry.
And the one thing that you just reminded me of when it comes to kind of being not, I guess, diva-ish, especially when you're on the road, is one of the most important things you can do while you're on the road is to make a good relationship with the venue owners and the people in that city. Don't go in there. She was talking about the diva issue on what you bring. I mean, don't bring that to the venue. Do not be in Bismarck, Montana, wherever that is, South Dakota, and be acting a fool in a person's venue. 1, you out of bounds, not at home. 2, they're at home. 3, you want to be able to go back. You want to leave a good impression. People like doing business with people they like. People don't care as much about how talented you are as if can they do good business with you. They want a good show. They want talent, but they want somebody that's going to come in be easy to work with. I'm not saying you shouldn't have your standards as an artist. You don't want to get cheated. You don't want to get shorted. You want to get paid what you're supposed to get paid. You want the accommodations you want. But I've dealt with artists from like the indie most unknown level to the like some of the highest. I mean, like huge levels, you know. And to me, the people that are on the highest levels, they are some of the most humble people in the world because they know they have to be like that to keep that money coming. Like, why would you be an a-hole and you're worth you got millions of dollars by doing this? It's a blessing, you know. But a lot of the people on the lower spectrum, oh man, like they can really be out of their mind as far as like what they expect and how they think things should go. Have proper expectations, treat people right, be fair, be firm, be friendly. You know, fair, firm, and friendly. That's the three F's. Fair, firm, and friendly. You know, just keep it like that. People like working with you. There's a lot of artists that we bring back to Kansas City, not only because they're talented and we know they'll be a good draw, but we just like them as people. Like Kool Keith is one of them. Like this morning I was talking to the manager, like when we gonna get him back? It's just something fun to do. Plus it brings good draw. Plus it makes money and everybody's happy. So artists, when you're out there, make sure you are being kind to people, showing respect. You know, it goes a long way. People will bend over backwards for you.
There's one of those, you know, those graphic photos that has been going around, and I've seen it quite often. And I'm probably going to post it across Instagram and my Facebook and Twitter today and on Google+. Hustle until you no longer have to introduce yourself is what it says. When you're at that point, maybe you can start acting a little fool. But not even then. Like he said, the higher up you get, you want to continue working. You want to have such a reputation for a great show and a great personality that people want to work with you. They want to invite you back. They want to have you as the headliner. Hustle until you no longer have to introduce yourself. Like, just work hard, y'all. That's really what it's about. It don't stop. Like, once you start, it never stops. Just understand that, first and foremost, too.
Well, I think that's a good way to end today's show, basically on that, like you said, hustle until people don't have to ask who you are. You know, that's how you kind of know that you've kind of done your thing. So we signing off from Exclusive Wireless. Again.
See y'all tonight at the show.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool, man. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what we subtitled the show, but it's going to be rather fun. Shout out again to Moto G for keeping us connected on the road. I got a lot of dope pictures in Colorado, courtesy of that. So make sure you guys come on down to Exclusive Wireless, 3724 Broadway. Grab one up. You said you get them
they
free.
Are free starting tomorrow, or you get $100 off of another phone. But that's just with your first month of service, and if you're transferring to Boost Mobile. But it's such a wonderful deal, you guys.
Yeah. And a shout out to Virgin Mobile, the Overdrive wireless hotspot that we use to stay connected. Also, you can receive it here at Exclusive Wireless. Make sure you holler at them, tell them Anarchy Movement sent you. Get that player price.
Oh, and one more thing. A couple of new additions to the Anarchy Movement. IamJamesChristos.com.
Yep.
IamJamesChristos.com. Make sure once you disconnect from us and you log off, you log on there. That's going to be updated consistently with the tour dates and just different information, news you can use as far as James Christos is concerned. Also, check out AvaBellaMusic.com for updates, releases that are coming up for the Impresario EP. Definitely go get Pharaoh Seeking the Crown from JamesChristos.bandcamp.com. Again,
available on Google tomorrow.
Google Play. And we'll see you all again Thursday? Thursday?
Hustle till they know who you are.